All right, and I am live. Good afternoon, everybody. Saturday afternoon, the 26th of October 2019. So make sure we're getting out the other side here. Yeah, it seems okay. Welcome to afternoon update here. Let's see, let's turn that off. Let's get that there. All right. Close that off, get that there. Okay. All right. Let's wait a couple minutes for that to go. Let me adjust that. Hello, Kathleen. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. The reason I'm going live now is I just can't respond to the number of messages that I'm getting in here, Gmails and text messages today, and I thought I would just give you guys a bit of an update what's going on in the county here. A lot of people are concerned, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, everybody. I've never been so overwhelmed with messages and things here. So rather than try to reply to every person individually, I thought I would just go live a little bit. What's going on, Kit and Kat? I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing good. Hello, Vanessa. Nice to see you. And I don't want to be rude and not reply to people, but I'm very busy here today. Did very little work on the camper van today. What's up, North Shore Towing? How are you? North Shore Towing Manager in the house. I'll wait a couple more minutes here so I don't really have to repeat myself. Let me see what Missy Jen's doing. Be right back. What's going on? I'm live. Smoking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got to turn off the well now and all that. Shut the well off. Okay. Your transition is complete. Good. I hope you're in your new property there and get back to your usual hell raising. Now, what is the latest? Today I received we've been receiving updates from the National Weather Service as well as the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department, City of Santa Rosa Police Department, and the CAL FIRE on what's going on with the update. It has been a calm day here today in the area, and that has allowed the firefighters to bring up the amount of containment to 10% from 5% overnight. But the fire has continued to grow, and as a result of that, the largest evacuations in county history are underway. I have been in communication with J.K. NoCal, who lives up the valley from me and closer to the site of the fire. Yesterday he did a lot to help a friend move some of his livestock and get as much as possible out of the way up the valley there. Now, yes, we offered the rancho to him if he wants to come. I believe that he has a travel trailer, and he is more than welcome. And I've expressed that to him that the rancho is wide open if you need to come down here. For how long, I don't know, because the real situation tonight is tonight until Monday is going to be the historical winds that are going to be hitting the area. And you know, media tends to blow things up. But the media is saying this is the worst winds to come in 15 years into the area. The real problem, yeah, J.K. NoCal is awesome, man, and I've texted him and said, come on down here. He's got family in the area. Hello, Bella Rose. So he's got his hands full. He's awful busy today. doing what he needs to do. If he needs to come here, the rancho is open to him. I can offer him plug in here and electric service. Amazingly, hey, how you doing, Nora? Nice to see you, honey. Yeah, we're about 17 miles from the fire area right now. So if he needs to, JK NoCal is about 10 miles from the fire area up there. How you doing, Chen? He told me today that when they got the order to evacuate around 11 o'clock today, that the whole town of Windsor went crazy, okay, with people going to ATM machines, people trying to get gasoline. And his last text message to me was, "Hey, they're all coming your way down south, down the valley there." So I took that as a pretty good message to go get some cash and to also have our vehicles filled up and ready to go. And rather than wait till disaster strikes, we took the better part of 4 or 5 hours in gathering up our important documents, our important keepsakes, things that are important to us. You'll see that I've depleted a bit the wall of sound over here. It doesn't look like a lot, but I've taken out what's most important to me. You can't have everything in life, and I have the van pretty much filled up, pointed out the driveway, and it is ready to go. Yes, better to be prepared. Thank you, Bully. Nice to see you. Hey, Shamaz. So we're just, we're keeping close to the vest. But both Jen and I agreed. That the Sonoma County is much better prepared than they were in 2017 when the big fire hit. During that firestorm, we had no warning system. We had no cell phone. We had no cell phone warning system whatsoever in place. And people died, people scrambled, people got trapped in their homes. Instead of the firefighting forces being able to fight the fire, they had to rush door to door, banging on doors and be on loud hailers in the street telling people to leave. Now, contrast that with what's going up in JK NoCal's area of Windsor and further north in Healdsburg, California. The reason they're moving those people out of those areas is they don't want to take the time and repeat that episode of 2017 where they wasted a tremendous amount of resources trying to get people, awoken at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. And all that. Yeah, this is a real Class A emergency down here. So, but it was calm today. So their theory is if we move people now, we avoid the big jam up overnight because I hate to say it, the winds are forecast to be in the 70 to 80 mile gusting range here, and that'll be like a blowtorch moving that fire, and that fire is going to be moving south and southwest. So we thought discretion being the better part of valor. Hey, Heather, we thought discretion being the better part of valor, that we would get everything all loaded up and ready to roll out of here if the word came. So we are pretty much, Jen and I agreed, we feel better about the situation this time because last time there wasn't any information, there wasn't any communication system. Where do you evacuate to? Everybody is going down south towards San Francisco, down that way. There are shelters here in Sonoma County being set up for people with the Veterans Memorial Hall here. The town of Petaluma has opened up shelters, and I'm sure all the way down the line to San Rafael and Marin County, the shelters will be open. Of course, we're going to bring the dog. Now, this was a big point of contention last time. That a lot of the evacuation centers would not allow pets into them, and there was a real stink afterward. And as a result, they changed the laws that as long as you have your pet leashed and under control, your pet can be with you in the shelter. As many animals that you want to bring, not farm animals, although they're allowing them to be transported into the fairgrounds because they have hundreds and hundreds of stalls to put animals in down there. So people will not evacuate if they can't bring their fur kids. Hey, Sandy, absolutely not. And they kind of learn a lesson of that. And sometimes government works, even screwed up government like in this city, in this county works, and people were able to get them to lift the rules on, thank you, Quirky, getting them to lift the rules so that you could bring animals into the shelter, and it really did make a difference. So there's plenty of shelters open here. They'll be opening additional ones. Luckily, so far, the fire, unlike 2017, it has not yet moved into a populated, very densely populated areas. It is sitting right on the edge of Geyserville, the town of Geyserville. They have a big Indian casino up there and a pretty cute little town. And then the towns get bigger as you go down the valley going south. Healdsburg, a very wealthy town. Windsor, and then on to Santa Rosa. So, any special requirements for you and Missy Jen playing? Will she be okay? Yeah, she's fine. She's got we got both vehicles packed. We've always have water here, ample water supplies. The only thing I need to do, and the only thing Missy Jen needs to do, if the call comes, is to grab our suitcases that are ready, throw some clothes into them, some toiletry items, and throw them in the cars, and we are ready to go there. A lot of people have asked about weaponry and things like that. Let's just say we're prepared for anything, and I'll leave it at that. Both on the road and everywhere else. French Twist, you're just bloviating here, so we're gonna kiss you goodbye on the channel. Thank you. We don't need the idiots in here. Emergency, such a trial and error. You don't know something is wrong until it doesn't work. Thank you, Eva. Yeah, hide him again. He was on in there. We don't need to have. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, so Missy Jen is all set. The cars are all loaded. George's food is in there. Everything we need is ready to roll out of here. So, hey, Sean the Brit. Well, I hope that this judgmental religious nut feels the same way when fires strike in Texas and natural disasters in Louisiana, in the heart of the Bible Belt. I wonder if he would feel the same way about things. Hey, Kim C. Nice to see you on here. Do you have vehicles all gassed up? Like I said this morning, JK NoCal sent me a very chilling message this morning, and he said when the evacuation order came for the town of Windsor, where he lives, he said he went out and started to get provisions and things that he needed to evacuate, and he said that people were just nutty up in that area. There were people weaving in and out of traffic, people panicking. There was no cash in the ATM machines. There was gasoline stations were backed up with hundreds of cars waiting to fill up. I took that as a good sort of warning to get out there, and Missy Jen and I got our vehicles all gassed up and ready to go. So yeah, he didn't have to tell me. 17 miles seems so close. Yeah, it is. The big concern is it's not so much what's happening now. It's a question of when the wind gets behind that and starts driving that forward. Embers can fly. Fires can jump highways. Even 8-lane, 10-lane highways, fires can jump that, and the embers can move half a mile ahead and triggering new fires along the way. So yeah, we got much higher winds. They're calling it a historical wind event tonight. Now, I'm at the point on the rancho here. I am fully insured. My insurance was topped up to the new, in recognition last year of the increasing values in the area. Uh, if I had to leave tomorrow, I've taken most everything I feel that's important to me here. Property can be replaced, but people and safety. Why not? Yeah, Kit and Kat. This is because this is not about Elvis. This is about us. How you doing, Yosemite? Thank you very much. Will Elvis be taken care of? Of course he will. It's our responsibility with him being here to make sure that everything, that nobody's harmed here. But I certainly plan on staying here as long as is possible. Now, do I expect the fire to get down here? No, I don't. I've rated it about a 10 to 15% chance, but you never know. With the winds and that kind of wind speed rushing down what's basically looks like a gutter on a bowling alley, a valley, that it just becomes like a blowtorch. There's JK. And yeah, so JK has already evacuated his area. And as I said, I have opened up the rancho to him, whatever he wants to do. We're ready, willing, and able to accommodate anybody down here. So, yeah, I'm keeping everybody posted. I'm trying to do updates. So many people messaged me and emailed me that I felt like I needed to put something up this afternoon rather than sit there and try to respond to so many messages that came in. Yeah, JK's welcome here. Sean the Brit is not too great a distance away, about an hour and a half from here. So I think our community's noted for reaching out to people in need. So I'm hoping that we're going to be okay. But I will tell you that we would be honored to have J.K. NoCal down here. So I think he has family and other things he's tending to. And I gotta believe, yeah, he's down in Roner Park, which is a city to the south of us here. So he's all set. He's in place, which is a good thing. JK was talking about all the crazy lunacy around the gas stations, ATMs, and all that. So, like I said, we took the opportunity to gas up, get money, get cash, and all that kind of stuff out of the ATMs before stuff went nutty. So as for had bad fire. Okay, Johnny Watt said there were bad fires down in Rosarito, Mexico, too. Baja's got it. And I also have to point out the Santa Clarita fire
you
too.
were down there in Juanita. They got fires down there now too.
Yeah. So. Yeah, this is not a time to wish ill will on anybody in any community. So, so we definitely took the hint from J.K. NoCal to be ready to roll out. Well, it's typical in here. Bully people become so single-minded, focused in their dislike for people that it just becomes, sadly, their focal point in life. Let's see. Good evening, Kawana. How are you? House is on fire near me. Burnt down palm trees torch. Hey, sweet pineapple. How are you? So I want to say that remember also this, that the national news tends to exaggerate things, and because drama draws views. Okay, and I've not gotten in a car. I've not grabbed my camera and gone up valley and waved a press pass around to try to get special privileges or anything like that. I'm just understanding that I'm not going to make book out of this thing and do something like that. Forever Friend said, thank you, Corky. I know you do. We're all prepped to leave here. I've taken, it doesn't look like too much has been removed from the wall, but I've pretty much gutted the things of real value and real meaning to me. Over there, I have all of my personal papers ready to go, all the things I need, insurance, everything under the sun, banking, uh, everything we need. I have external big 30-hour, 36-hour power bank. We're good to go. I have a PowerMate generator here that I'm going to take with me, and we should be all right. Yeah, okay, so the National Guard is patrolling Windsor, yeah, so. Now the interesting thing, yeah, Rosie's, yeah, they were quite a thank you, Mouse Toes. Interestingly enough, the entire area of a lot of the Northeast Bay and the North Bay is going to be without power, and a lot of other areas in California. Interestingly enough, in our tiny little, I would say, 1 square mile area, we're not prepped for we're not scheduled for a power down, which tells me, that we're probably in pretty good shape down here. As far as we will go towards San Francisco. Hey Punky, how you doing? We will go towards San Francisco. We will go south. My initial inclination was to go west towards the ocean, but the fire path is projected fire path puts it over to the place where we go out on the fishing boat out on Bodega Bay. So I guess we'll just have to follow the crowd. Yosemite says during the 7.1 quake, national media only showed the worst of the worst. 98% of the area is fine, shaking but fine. That's why. Hey Nikki, how you doing, sweetie? That's why I don't want to be a drama queen, but I just want to update people because a lot of people have said, for God's sakes, get stuff ready to go and have a plan. So we put that plan in motion today, and both Missy Jen and I agreed if we have to leave, that what we leave behind can be is not that significant in the scheme of life. So far from getting a knock in the middle of the night, hey, you have 5 minutes to gather your belongings and get out. I mean, that's a totally different situation. So I'm awful concerned for JK NoCal's property. Like I say, it's about 7 miles up the valley from me, and that's a place where the fires almost touched. We're starting to touch the town up there and do some damage. So I'm really hoping that everything will be okay. Elvis will roll out of here with us. He will take his van with him. He will load up all of his stuff back in the bins, put it all back inside, take the parts, the templates we need for the van, take all that stuff with him. All that stuff with him on there. They're already complaining about the price of gasoline got jacked up dramatically. I knew that was coming. So Missy Jen came back today. She said, "You better go, gas. You better go."
Yeah, and within 5 minutes it started getting wild.
Yeah, it started getting wild up there.
It was just 5 cars. By the time I left, there was 20 cars.
Yeah, I went to the ATM machine. It was like, this one's out of service. I went to the other one. This is out of service. Finally, I found an ATM that was functioning, and I got some cash out because if the power goes down, they can't process credit cards and things like that. So cash will be king. If you hear the wind pick up, no, I'm not going to do that, Eva. I'm not going to do, no, Vicky, we did not have to evacuate. I'm not leaving the area until the evacuation order comes in. And then I will probably be the last person out of town here. So that will be it. Let's see. Pray all three stay. Thank you very much, Mouse Toes. Gas was $3.99 yesterday, and by 11 a.m. it was up to $4.17 and climbing quickly. So
Not $3.99 Wildland.
Yeah, okay, because they're very careful now because there's anti-gouging laws in an emergency. Like if the governor declares a state of emergency, which he did, they're
Price gouge.
not allowed to profiteer off that. There's a lot of lowlifes around, no matter where you go. And a lot of these suckers, what's up? I know, Leroy. I know. I'm going to throw my Dorito bikinis in so I can. If I go to a shelter, Leroy, I can put on like a USO kind of show or something like that. We'll probably have a makeshift stage and to cheer up and to have to boost morale. You know, we'll put in a little boom boom music, and yeah, I'll do my thing, Leroy, and I'll make sure I video that especially for you. So yeah, it is priorities. Well, I've got a significant amount of cash. Yes, cheer up the seniors and the young too, righty tighty. As much as that may be hard for you to fathom. That's the reality of it. So yeah, if need be, if I need to be pressed into service, I'm willing to entertain this truth. PGA informing of delay and shutting down. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that means. Yeah, can you? Yeah, there you go, Mark Dodge. How are you, Space Girl from Planet Triple X? You have the, you have the puppet shows for the kids, and then you have when the lights go down at 11 p.m. Then the showings for the adults. You're gonna go to the wakes for those who die. I never went to a wake, Leroy. That was a bar that was having a open house to celebrate a long-standing musician who performed there. It was not a wake. How you doing, Christina? Thank you very much. Y'all stay safe. Well, PG&E's gone. PG&E's gone. The stock's $5 a share. PG&E's history. Okay. PG&E's the walking dead right now as far as public utilities go. There's no way that they can sustain another. They couldn't even sustain the first hit they took. Then they got the blow from the Paradise Fire. Now whatever's coming down their way. They already determined that a down power line that was live sparked the fire. Yeah, power shut down in Marin. Katie, they think that they had 70 plus mile an hour winds up on the hills, and what often happens is a tree branch or something will fall down. It'll fall on a power line, or wind will take it down, and it hits the ground, sparking with 500,000 volts, and the ground is so dry here. Hey, Mega Triumph, that it just immediately starts the fire. Thank you, Susie. And so many people messaged me that I thought I would just go live to answer everybody and say thank you. Lee, we have multiple generators here. You're not blocked in here, Wendy. Of course not. We have multiple generators here. We can throw out about 6,000 watts of power if we need to be. There is my generator, which is ready to go. My PowerMate 2000 is ready to roll out of here. So. Yeah, agenda free gives you good information. So we're gonna, the chances are we're gonna be fine here, but I'm not gonna be one of those dumbbells that at the last second, just has to flee for the hills and I left this. The fires are about 18 miles away, Christina. They're still up around the Geyserville area. They're getting ready to take out the city of Geyserville, and then the winds at 9 p.m. They're going to shift from coming from the north to south, and we've been told that there could be 70 to 80 mile an hour gusts coming down. I know pincushion, Quirky. That's for sure. Yeah, they're cutting a lot of power. They're even cutting power down. There'll be other fires. The smoke is getting pretty bad tonight. There'll be other fires in the area. There'll be other. It's not just around here. There'll be other. When this wind gets gone, they'll be popping up like crazy around here. Fires and things. So yeah, just take them out. Their comments. They're too dumb to realize their comments don't even make it because of this strong filtering I have on the channel that nobody ever sees their comments here. So Jen, what do you think? We feel different now than last time, huh? Even though it's potentially
It's
worse.
always good to be prepared to a certain extent, even though you can never be fully prepared.
Right.
But at least you have, I always say, this warm feeling in your gut area to know that you have prepared the best you can. In the worst case scenario, you don't have to just run out in your underwear, jump in the car and have nothing.
Like Charles Schultz's
Right,
wife
so
had
at
to
least
do.
have your most precious stuff in the vehicle already.
I mean, I look around, and if this stuff is gone, it's not going to have any impact on my. It's not going to have any impact on my life at all. Yeah, Missy Jen's been involved. She got me motivated today when she went out and got that gas.
Yeah,
and said,
the first thing I knew was
better
get
watch
gas.
out.
I went to the gas station and I was able to roll right up to it, but people were lining up. By the time I had a hard time to leave the gas station.
Yeah, won't.
So I told Rosie, you better go and get gas.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought stress with Missy Jen, but two things are gas is $4.17. We already got dog food in the. Jen is way ahead of the curve.
I am very good about.
I don't know, meow meow. I'm not moderating the chat here. You know, we're talking about a fire situation, and you seem to be just on Elvis all the time. Yeah, you got to be cool. I mean, they called me Ice in high school on the free throw line. There's Missy Jen.
Stress totally sucks, but I'm gonna have to make it through this one.
She's strong, man. She's
one
strong.
more I'm gonna do, and after that, I'm gonna like throw in the towel. I tell you.
Hey, Debbie Lynn, if they start rationing gas, we're set. Missy Jen and I can pilot over 250 miles.
I've learned all about preparations. The first thing you do is you make sure you have money. You get gas early in the morning, and in general, you always want to have a vehicle in the driveway with full tank.
Meow meow. I'm concentrating on delivering my message here. I'm not, focused. I think the lesson here is it's not about Elvis. It's about what's going on in the county here. So.
And then you also want to make sure you always have
William.
A few bottles of water in the vehicle, some soda in the vehicle, some crackers and stuff in the vehicle, already ready so that you have some basic food, whatever.
And a cooler.
If you have medications, have your medications packed, ready to grab and go. Your papers ready to go. It's a good feeling to know that you are ready if you have to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's. It's important. I mean, Elvis is here. We're responsible for him as long as he is here, and he doesn't know any. He's like
the key.
This is all unknown. This type of place is unknown to him.
You gotta keep your head. You gotta keep your head together. I've got a brand new battery, almost brand new battery in my rig, and I don't have.
Hey, J.A.
I don't have any.
She's got battery. Yeah, we can get.
But we got everything in the rigs.
She's got a brand new battery, and I got a brand new pair of roller skates.
So I think we're at the moment now in a good position.
I don't think so, Johnny Watt. I think PG&E, all of their failure to keep up with maintenance and things is finally taking a toll. On PG&E, and PG&E will basically be finished, and it'll have to have some massive bailout to do that. So, Jen, good. I mean, I feel like if this stuff is gone, I'm not going to bat an eye on this stuff. Well, but if my important papers are gone, then I'm going to be screwed.
The paperwork is key.
And I don't even care. Cut me a check and I'll be gone. You know, it
Thank you,
doesn't matter to me.
Christina.
Yeah, thank you, Christina.
Much appreciated.
Cut
To
me a
all
check.
of you that
Oh, I know,
spread-
Debbie Lynn. Thank you. Thank you, Napalm. I appreciate that. Napalm
Thank you for all
Tomahawk.
of your support and all
Yep.
your love.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, Gypsy.
And I'm out of here. I still got a little bit of fine tuning to do, and then I'm gonna rest. It's gonna be a long night.
Yep.
We got Nixel and all of the phones. I'm in constant contact with fire department, sheriff, and police. I get all the news, not even just the fire, but I'm getting all of the news of what's going on.
I'll probably be late streaming tonight
And
just
so
to
we
stay
get
on my
updated
toes.
on everything.
But I need Missy Jen to make sure she gets rest tonight.
So-
Nothing's going to happen until
So I want to thank all of you.
no winds are going to
And,
really cause anything downhill
Peace
until
out.
sometime
Gotta go.
tomorrow at the. Thank you,
thanks,
Icy. Sometime. Hey, Carrie. So,
I got fresh coffee made. Peace out. Hugs, love, and kisses. And check out.
yeah, Snoopy's Home Ice, Santa Rosa, the Charles Schultz ice.
And
skating.
yeah, prayers also for the people in the Bajas. And in where were you at? In
I don't know.
Tijuana.
Tijuana.
There are fires around Tijuana area. There's fires in the Bajas. And prayers for the people down in Southern California. In
Leroy, I'm remonetized again, my friend.
so
I hate
prayers
to
to everybody
burst your
here in
bubble.
NorCal.
That's going to be real devastating news to you,
God
Leroy
bless all
Jenkins.
of you. Hugs, love, and kisses. I'm out now. Peace.
That's a painful little bit of news to to receive. So, yeah, we're in good shape.
Harvest is hobble-cocked.
Yeah, I mean, I can't account for mental illness out of Canada, that's for sure. So, love you too, Judith. How are you all so calm?
Outside I got this here, but I haven't even opened it.
Don't open it yet. We're calm because we've had plenty of time to prepare, and that makes us calm. If I come back, the other thing I was going to say, Missy Jen and I we're not acquirers of toys and things like that. We're not people that are filling up a house with tons of memorabilia and
No, we don't do
it's
that. Thank God.
yeah. I mean, it's just like very basic living here,
I can
minimalism.
fill up the car and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all
Thank
I
you,
got.
VW. Thank you, Lupo. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, RA. She really appreciates that. Yeah, Georgie's ready to roll out. He's in his tough guy mode. Yeah, the wind is going to be coming from the north tonight, and it will be blowing the fire down the valley. How far it will come, I don't think there's anything until probably
It's supposed to start at 8 p.m.
start at 8, but there's no way anything would reach or even contact our area till noon tomorrow or something. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's gonna be tomorrow.
Anything that would happen here would be.
Yeah, wind can move 80 miles an hour, but a fire can't be driven 80 miles an hour. So we have 24 hours to have this. Yeah, that's going to be a historical wind event here. Okay, Scottish, thank you. Yeah, poor Leroy can't even get his message out anymore. Yeah, just don't even time him out. Just show him the game. He's a real mentally deficient individual. There we go. I'll have the joy of, bam, there he goes. Let's see. I'm listening to. Okay, so I'm very happy to see you, Scottish. Thanks for checking in. And Mod, you have my permission. Just give them the royal boot. I have such a strong filter on that. They think their message gets seen, but it doesn't on the channel. So the royal boot. Yeah, fire can jump, but we're in a pretty good situation. You can freak out or deal with the road. I know exactly what to do here. I know what my responsibilities are to Missy Jen as well as Marshall. Yeah, we had the cake this morning. It was good. Yeah, building wood homes with wood shingles. Well, they're illegal here in the county to use wood shingles. Thank you, Mandy. You have to use composition shingles here. So I'm gonna get a refill. I'll be right back here. All right, and I am back. Oh man! All right. Yeah. Yeah. The fires might definitely Healdsburg. I think a lot of this. Yeah, I can't stress Mark Dodge, and in fact, if I had all the worldly toys, I mean, the Wall of Sound looks like a lot of stuff, but value wise, we're talking about, the sum total of all my vintage audio stuff might come up to $5,000 to $6,000. It's not, and other than that, it's like life would roll on. Oh, you like the taco crawl? Thank you very much. Yeah, they are a bully. They demonstrate their sickness every day. That's the only rotten Canadian I've ever seen on YouTube, and that's saying a lot. The worst is when people say to save their home, there was no warning. You have to drive through fire to hopefully escape. Evac is always best. Yeah, you're all set, Johnny Wad, down there. If you got a concrete home, that's that's good for you. I mean, that's smart thinking. I know a lot of stuff is built out. I didn't see much built out of wood down there, to tell you the truth. They use a lot of concrete in Mexico. Yeah, they're getting pretty crazy. I think that they're going to be even crazier over the next day or so. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Still blowout and fire. The windows, yeah, the windows do blow out, and yeah, I mean they don't bother. Leroy Jenkins never moved my needle. He's a nitwit. Let's see. Yeah, lots of concrete there. Yeah, that's what I saw in Mexico. Most everything was concrete and poured concrete and all that. I saw a few older wooden structures and things, but you be careful too down there, Johnny Wad. You better be careful too down there. About 17 miles away. I don't know, VW. I just go by the way you are in here, and you're always very nice to me in my chat. As far as whatever goes on other places, I don't follow a lot of channels anymore on here. I was watching a taco crawl when you came on quality content. I know what a taco crawl is now. Very interesting. That was a lot of fun. No, we're not under mandatory evacuation. JK NoCal and is already evacuated out of his town of Windsor, is evacuating. Taco run. Oh, thank you. TNR says, Rosie, my husband watched your taco run. First time he's watched it and loved it. We don't have food trucks here in the county. It's a lot of fun to do food crawls. We're not even under recommended evac here. If this city goes, they might as well just put the lock on the county and call it done. So if it starts to move in this direction, there will probably be a massive all-out effort to just put up a line and just throw everything they have at it, planes and everything here. So Bluebird, I've got a ton of traffic. You can hear the cars whizzing by. I've been here for 21 years on here. So it's been a long time to be out here, and it's the last 3 years have got really bad. No, Trish, thank you, sweetie. Everything is a-okay. We are all under control. Thank you, Trish, for your ongoing concern. It is wonderful. It's about 200,000 people here. It's about the size of Buffalo. Yeah, I'm going down with the ship. I'm going down with the ship here. So we'll see what happens. And I'll live stream it for you guys for the last stand. We do have let's see, your sister owned a roach. I was the cook. Well, I'll tell you, I had some tremendous. I had such excellent tacos. Hey, J Money. You know what, Bluebird? I guess as soon as Missy Jen came back this morning and said, "Hey, Rosie, how's your gas situation?" Because it's starting to get a little nutty out there. And then J.K. NoCal's like, his town's gone crazy. Cars weaving in and out of traffic. People trying to get money out of the bank. People trying to get gas. I'm not going to go through that stuff. Yeah, how you doing, Rebecca? Yeah, we're pretty near the Kincaid fires. Well, that's what I mean. They would have to start early, Storm Dancer. Thank you. That's the unsinkable Rosie Brown. You know what? We'll continue on. My insurance is great. Hey, Johnny West. And if the place goes down, a nice big fat check will be in my hand, and that's nothing to look forward to. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate the lovely town of Benicia. What a beautiful place. So I think we'll be okay. They're setting up a lot of shelters down along the way. So we think of it like an adventure. Yeah, it's a very large city here. It's very sprawled out. And for us, we are right in we're right in very heart of this city right here. So it's gonna be an interesting night, but we will have so much warning. Anything that comes nothing will be before noon tomorrow. Yeah, I don't care if the speakers go up. These are the JBLs and all that. I'm not going to, I got them for a song. They're worth a bit. Yeah, we have dried food and water for outages. We're all prepped. Like I was telling you guys, in our very small area here of the county, we're like one of the areas that's not going to have a little pinpoint area in the whole county. And our power's not set to go off down here. Let me take it. Hope they ease up on people. Yeah, anybody will be able to boondock wherever they want. Yeah, we have all the vitals. I got lots of insurance. Christina, after the last fire, the horror stories started to come out from people that had bought their homes up on the hills for $200,000. They went up to $1 million. They burned down. They called their insurance company and said, "I want to rebuild my $1 million home." And the insurance company said, "Well, your land is worth $50,000, so here's a check for $150,000 to replace your home." And they're like, "What? My home's worth $1 million?" Sorry, honey, you only insured it for $200,000, and disaster. So I took the insurance way up on this place. Yeah, Mouse Toes, that happened a ton of times here, where people couldn't even afford to rebuild. Where people might be living in a trailer park or something right now that used to live in high cotton up here. So I took that as a great lesson to get to my insurance company. I have Safeco. I've had Safeco for 20 years, and they've done very well by me. When the woman in 2014, when the woman ran into our house here and took out the corner of the house, they were very good about paying that and doing it. Yeah, read the small print. And I went over that very carefully with them because I did not want to get screwed. Yeah, it wouldn't even cover materials. I didn't want to get screwed. You gotta push up here if you.
Yeah, let me just plug this in real quick.
Yeah, just be very careful plugging it in that you don't knock something. I don't even know if I have a port right now in there, Marshall.
I can go on that green one right here.
Yeah, just be careful.
Nope. What happened?
You just knocked the light off.
Did I? You knocked the light off for the Lisa Marie. You know, playing with that panel, you burned out
I
my
didn't play
fuse
with.
from my
Why
lights.
should that? Why should I touch a panel and have it short out behind it?
Well, you blew the fuse on
Whose
my
great
panel.
wiring job was that?
Mr.
Huh?
X.
Now what did you do here?
I don't know. What happened?
Are you playing?
No. Your
Man,
speakers.
Marshall, you just came in and it was like instantly bad luck right here. You know, it just shut my whole program down. Down right here. You got to be careful. Make sure. Yeah, I got a very good agent. Safeco is very good. You deal with Safeco directly. When the person went into when the person drove into the house, Safeco was here and they did a good job of assessing fairly, I thought, the damage. And I and I took the check and I just rebuilt the corner of the house myself. And you can see the videos of us rebuilding that. Downtown was dead. I went to Ting Hao and was the only one there. Man, Ting Hao sounds so good tonight. Oh, the survivor said, you guys remind me of his sister and brother always picking. Loved you too at the cemetery. Howdy ho, Rosarino. Doing good with the wheelchair today. Maybe you can get a job as a caretaker. Yeah, it was very helpful. North Santa Rosa just got a warning of possible evacs. Yeah, so we're down. North Santa Rosa would be the area that got. North Santa Rosa would be the area that got knocked out before up there with the fires. So, okay, Rebecca, thank you. You take over for a couple minutes.
Okay, yeah, I've been.
Yeah, why don't you give people your thoughts on? This is all new to you.
This is all new to me, fires, yeah, and how it all works. Yeah, I was watching.
We're responsible for him because he's on the property here. So
yeah, I was watching the news, and they're really worried about the winds that are going to build up. Now, how these winds work, according to the weatherman, the winds are being drawn from the desert over. They're coming east of the Sierras over the desert, and then when they come from the east, they plow over the Sierras, and then they actually direct themselves the wind down south. So imagine this massive wind coming from east of the Sierras, bringing in that hot, dry air from the desert and plowing through the canyons and valleys of the Sierras. And then those winds work their way from the east to the west and then come down south. And that's what hit Santa Rosa in 2017. It was essentially the same effect. Now, if you're here on a regular weather day, you get the winds that come from the Pacific Ocean. That's called the marine layer. You'll actually see a marine layer of clouds. And that'll cool your temperatures here in the nighttime from, it could be 90 degrees in the daytime. And at this time of the year, temperatures could go down to almost 50 degrees. It literally brings the temperature 30 to 40 degrees down. It's like a nature's air conditioner. It's that marine layer that comes from the Pacific Ocean. Well, that's the usual weather here in the Bay Area. But now they're dealing with this flow that's coming from the desert And the other day, there was no marine layer that came in, and it was about 80 degrees here, and it was uncomfortable. I thought about putting the air conditioner on, but almost every night here you get that natural cooling effect from the Pacific Ocean. So I'm starting to learn about the weather here and how it works. I was born and raised in Arkansas, so I'm used to um, um, I'm used to tornadic type of weather and dealing with thunderstorms and high wind. I'm not really used to fires and how they work, but now I'm kind of learning here. I've always had an interest in meteorology and watched the Weather Channel a lot when I was a kid at home and had cable TV and watched Jim Cantori. He was my favorite, Jim Cantori on the Weather Channel. Learned a lot from Jim Cantori, but like I said, I'm used to dealing with tornadic weather and thunderstorms and stuff of that nature growing up in Arkansas over the years. And then living in Chicago, you're dealing with snow and ice and blizzards, stuff of that nature. So this is new to me, this whole fire thing. But now I kind of understand how it all works. Now, when you get this high wind that's coming through from the desert and pushing from west to east, funneling down and coming down these canyons and valleys, and somehow working its way down south. Now you ask yourself, how does that start a fire? I've always wondered too. How do these California fires get started? Is it somebody who just intentionally starts a fire or a cigarette or something? But a fire, these huge fires that are occurring on a huge level, according to Governor Newsom, it's because of P&G Electric, especially here in the Bay Area. They haven't been responsible with their power grid system. And I guess they don't turn the power off in time, and then you got all these live electrical wires that spark these huge, massive fires. And I think, according to what I've been reading about P&G, what do they call that company, PG&E, they're under bankruptcy, right?
Yep.
And I think they're going to be held responsible for even the fires of 2017 and 2018, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be non-entity.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
these power companies, I'm starting to think that the government is actually going to take over the grid system because they're not doing their job to turn the power off when you got these events and then you got these big whatever electrical
Well, they're
wires,
trying, but in
transformers.
this recent event, the one
Yeah,
that sparked the fire wasn't turned off. So
wasn't turned
yeah,
off.
it was
So
like despite their
so
efforts.
I guess it's
Well,
going to
I mean,
be.
look, you're looking at a guy that's got more to lose than anybody in this situation right now because let's face it, he's got a totally torn up camper van that's totally, you basically have a place to sleep and that's about it. So, there's a lot on the line too because if this place goes down, Lord knows when that job will be complete. How you doing, North Hankspin? Long time no see. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
So you got a lot on the line here too. With
Basically, what
this.
I've learned, like I said, from this whole thing reading today, is that these huge fires that are being caught. I always thought it's maybe just somebody starting a cigarette. It's because of the power companies are not turning their power off on the power lines and grid systems and transformers when they should, when these certain weather events occur. Now think about it. Do you have a meteorologist who works for the power company?
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
think they have a staff of
Yeah,
meteorologists that
exactly.
they
So
use.
they have to take responsibility for that. So
Yeah, we
that's the
may
deal.
we may or may not news unit. Anything that happens would be tomorrow during the daytime. Due to rules on not managing brush. That's right. How you doing, Jay Holly? So,
They said Monday that this event can go on. The worst of the winds is actually going to be going into Monday morning.
yeah.
So you got Saturday, Sunday, and then even if the winds die down, if they haven't contained the fire, the winds could come back.
Yeah, how you doing,
So
Joe Smith? Yes,
you're dealing with an ongoing situation. This is not a 2-3 day thing.
if he has to drive out, yes, the van is still fully drivable and can be on the road. we have a tiny little area here in the southwest in there of Santa Rosa near Center City, and no, our power is not scheduled to go off here, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, I mean he's got a lot on the line with this too, because obviously the if this area goes up, then it's going to be a long time till attention is back on that camper van again. That's for sure. Okay, Cheryl, just send me. I can make it like new at gmail.com with your channel link, and I will unblock you. Yeah, so make him sign a document stating they're not liable. Well, I would just cut him a check for the rig, and that would be. Then I'd have to cover the trauma and all the
Well, if I
mental anguish.
well if I leave the Lisa Marie here and it
What is the intrinsic value?
if I leave the Lisa Marie here and it goes up in flames, Rosie's gonna have to buy me a brand new camper van because basically her home insurance is gonna cover it. So she would have to buy me $160,000 Airstream interstate camper van.
Yeah, well, our power is going to stay on amazingly in this very tiny area.
She'd have to replace Lisa Marie. You know,
probably because they're scared more about looting and things like that down here. It'll be fine when we roll out of here. We'll be rolling out safely.
when you're on the rancho, you know, when your properties are on the rancho, you're officially part of the rancho and the property insurance. So Rosie's gonna get a big payout, but she's gonna have to pay her taxes to the king. She might get over $250,000, but she's gonna have to share some of the.
And you got to factor in the intrinsic value beyond the actual, the historical and
Exactly.
nature of it, and the fact that you've lost a piece of Americana right there when that van.
Exactly. There's a lot of good energy in that van.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, that's. I mean, I joke about it, but he'll roll out. He'll be underway here. So. I'm not heading out news unit until I absolutely have to head out. I'm not going anywhere till it's till I absolutely have to. So that's my thoughts on it. Yeah. So I bear some responsibility with him here on the rancho too. So. I got a feeling in our gut that everything will be fine down here, Center City. I think we'll be okay. Down here. So what were you talking about? Jim Cantor is
Yeah. I used to watch the Weather Channel a lot and watch Jim Cantori, and I've been through a lot of tornadic type of thunderstorms in Arkansas, and just scary seeing those big pine trees sway and hailstorms and. You know, I watch a lot about hurricanes. Everybody remembers
No,
hurricanes.
Greg, we're not having to evacuate. JK NoCal already evacuated up the valley here.
I've always wondered when you see these California fires and you see them on television, it's just another California fire. But I've always wondered just back in my head, what's causing these fires? Nobody really ever talks about
the dry brush conditions. Just make any. There's JK there on the side. So JK is now really south of me. In the town of Roner Park down there, so hopefully he'll be okay. Hopefully the winds will keep the fire away. I think they're predicting like over to a westerly flow of, project. It's hard for them to project a path of fire because big fires create their own wind. So we'll see, but. I'm expecting. I'm vitally concerned. I've opened the rancho to JK NoCal should he need it. I expressed that to him this morning. He gave me a heads up on how crazy the town was getting up near him, so I took that as a message to get out, get gasoline, get to the ATM, get cash, and be ready to go. People are not allowed to clear cut. Well, you have a lot of blogger gone wild. You have a lot of environmental nuts that have probably done more damage over the years here with their resistance. You know, PG&E has to have permission to come on your property, and a lot of people refuse that permission for them to tend to the trees and to do the things that need to be done. Because yeah, Sierra Club. Because there's this feeling like corporations are bad and all that. Thank you, Daisy Dukes. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's the tree huggers, lack of water. What could go wrong? Exactly. Dry seasons, and you have a rainy season. So
Have they identified a proof evidence of what started this
no,
fire?
but I'm very sure that Cal Fire is already has investigators up in that area piecing together what exactly set
Cause
off
it? Yeah.
exactly. But it's not going to make any difference because there's no money. The PG&E has nothing left in the way
Money,
of
exactly.
assets. They have no
So what's going to happen when they go
no
down?
insurance.
Who's going to take over?
Well, I guess it'll become a municipal power system run by the state of California. That would be my guess. So with the PG&E management is the caretakers of the transitional caretakers of the property and all that. Yeah, it turns out fire prevention. Somebody can toss.
PG&E is not going broke.
Huh?
They're not gonna be going broke.
Yeah, it needs to fix the gas line. I mean, it's just too, it's the largest service utility area of any utility in the nation. So it's too much for them. It should be broken up into smaller sub-utility companies instead of this enormous geographical area that they.
In a lot of parts of the country and in the world, they bury these power lines underground.
Yep. Hey
Now,
Nicole, how you
if
doing?
you have a fire, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
Love
It's
you.
underground. If you're
Well,
dealing
the
with a
problem
fire.
is you have earthquakes here that break lines and shift them too. So
Okay.
it's not the solution out here. It's also and also you have to get permission to go across people's property, and then you have
Right.
lawyers involved, and the I hate corporations mentality, and these guys are a bunch of thieves and
Right.
bonuses and all that kind of stuff. So. In Georgia, they offer you money. You can sell. If not, just take it. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you, sweetie. Damn, y'all should have raked your yards and mountains. Well,
They're saying that this could be the worst fire in California history, basically, right?
well, we don't know. There's a event down south too.
But this event coming up here is supposed to be worse. That's what they're saying.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to see what happens. But it's best not to front run the situation.
We're in the red zone.
You were here the other day. They've already had. This is your third wind event.
Right.
The first wind event you were here was nothing.
Nothing
Like
happened.
nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. So yeah, I'm sure the price of materials will go up. In the meantime, we'll just go on living. Like I say, nothing's going to happen until tomorrow. Tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there and see what happens. And that's all. That's all that we can do. That's the only thing that we can do is just be waiting on it.
I tell
No
you one,
problem.
I'll tell you one thing. I wish I was down there with Johnny Watt and Rosarito, brother.
It's on fire down there now. The Baja's
Johnny
on
Watt
The
said
Baja's
there's
on fire
fires.
too, right? There's a fire down there in the
Yeah.
Baja. Where did it start at? Where?
I'm not
Rosarito?
sure where it
And
started.
where you were down there and
Tijuana?
Tijuana, they got fires down there too.
Yeah.
I saw yesterday
Yeah.
my weatherman, and he showed Baja's got big fires.
I just heard about it too here. Yeah, they said there are fires down there. Yep.
Yep. So.
Let's see where that's at. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yep, you can look that up. Fires
look
down
that
there.
up, yeah.
So it's just and there's no rain. Could maybe not have rain for a month. So it's a very touch and go situation.
And they got a whole bunch of fires.
Yeah, let me look that up. Yeah, I was looking that up, and they said by Rosarito, actually, by Johnny Watt, there's
Yeah.
fires. Not as
Yeah.
bad as here. I think over here it's because what makes it bad here is the mountains of the Sierras with the wind. Like the guy was saying, The winds come from the desert, so they're coming from east to west, and the canyons and the valleys, I guess, make the wind faster going
Well,
through
there
them.
is some wind tunnel effect, but they also
Right.
can't effectively fight in canyons and in steep terrain. You know, there's you can't get a fire hose up there.
No, you
You
can't.
know,
You
so
can't.
it
And
makes it very difficult.
another thing is that and then when it works its way east, once it goes over the Sierras, then you've got 101 here basically, and then it works its way. Somehow it does something where it works its way south. I don't know what makes that happen. Maybe somebody knows the answer to that, but that's what the weatherman was saying. So it'll go from west to from east to west, and then south. But I'm not sure what causes that southerly flow.
Sometimes you get a desert. It's unusual, but when it comes, it drops the humidity down to nothing, 11% around in that
Okay.
range. And 11% just starts cracking it. 11% starts cracking the wood in your home and just dries everything out almost instantaneously, and it makes it a very tough situation. Yeah, they call them the Santa Ana winds down there. We don't get them often enough to really have named them up here. So
Well, there's the update here of 5:57 p.m. They're saying there's more threatening weather coming next week. P&G is saying that.
mhm.
Let's see what else. So we're in the red flag area, the zone of uncertainty is what we're at. They don't know what's going to
Well,
happen.
basically they'll just start drawing firefighters from further afield. Like in 2017, they started coming in from Samoa and Fiji and Australia and just enormous numbers of
It says
firefighters.
the threatening winds should end Monday at 8 a.m. for most affected parts of the Bay Area.
Temperature was about 90 today. I was able to do some fiberglassing on some of the window covers and do some repair work on that.
Marin County
Marin
yeah,
County.
Marin County. Power's been shut off in portions of Novato, Fairfax, Woodacre, like Lagunitas,
Hmm.
San Geronimo, Nicasio. That's where all those rich people live by the
Yeah,
water,
that's
right?
where all the rich people.
By the hills over there, yeah.
Arizona just called red flag warning till Tuesday. Yeah. It was a glow in the sky from the stars. Yeah, it was very pretty, Miriam. It really was pretty, but it brought flashbacks to me of that morning in 2017, and I'll show you the picture. It's on my Instagram.
So did Geyserville get hit?
Yeah, the geysers is where it all began up there in that area. That's a geothermal. That's a geothermal area.
It says
It
close call at Kincaid Fire. Hero firefighter shields evacuees from surging flames. All survive. How did that happen? I don't know.
There was just a burst all of a sudden, and they have these special silver blankets that they put over top of them that are supposed to protect them for a couple minutes so that the fire overruns them in that area. And yeah, this is where the heck that. Yeah, this was it back in 2013. This was the same sort of glow in the sky, but it was at 6:30 in the morning in 2017. So
One thing I want to say before I give this update on our one thing that I remember about fires in Arkansas, um, and I'll never forget this. We used to burn a lot of trash and stuff in my property, at my 3 acre property in Arkansas, and my uncle Johnny was a volunteer firefighter, so he used to wear his firefighter outfit gear, and he put me in the jacket and then walked me right through the flames of the, like a big burning
hmm
trash, just for fun. And you get an adrenaline rush.
thanks, Sean.
But one thing I remember, you know what happened on that day, Rosie? There was like a hawk or an eagle that was attacking us. And one of my uncles, took a big rake for leaves and raked that bird of prey into that fire. And I remember after the fire was extinguished, I had the head of the bird, and it was like burnt to a crisp. And I was playing with the head of this
Oh man,
hawk or eagle.
what a life in
Yeah.
Arkansas! In Arkansas.
And you know what I used to do that was weird in Arkansas too? I used to. Well, this is kind of sinister. Maybe I shouldn't say this.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
No,
Usually I err on the side of you not to.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the frogs and bumblebees.
Yeah,
and
don't
wasps
talk
of
about
Arkansas.
that.
I'm probably not going to get into that. It's not a good
Yeah,
idea.
that's not a good idea. So let me see what this. Yeah, I don't have anything too new.
No, nothing. Pretty much new, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing new. But I think there were some fires in Rosarito.
Yeah, we'll get actually an alert signal on our phones and things like that. So.
I wish you had another table here so I could buy coffee on.
Why don't you just put it on the corner up here?
Can I put it up there?
You can put it on top of that right
Okay.
there. You know.
Yeah, I can put it on top of this. All right. You know how heavy this glass is?
I know it's heavy. I'm looking at the thing.
Well, we'll look at Rosarito. I think there's a fire down there in Rosarito. Three dead in Baja California wildfires. Yep. Oh, 2 killed, 2 injured, 100 homes destroyed by fire in Tecate. That's right down there. 2 teens killed in Baja California fires. At least 3 dead in Baja California fires. Let's see. Rio Del Mar residential outskirts Tijuana, Baja California state, Mexico. Multiple wildfires erupted, fueled by Santa Ana winds. Conditions affecting northern Baja California state. Santa Ana winds are expected to gust through Friday, so they had a little fire down there. In Tijuana, close to Tijuana.
Yeah.
3 people died. More than 1,600 people had to evacuate their homes as fires burned through Tecate, Tijuana, Rosarito, and Ensenada. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't received any notification of anything for Santa
The
Rosa.
blaze near Tecate burned more than 35,000 acres. Wow. That's something.
Yeah,
Hey, there's
no evacuation orders for.
This
for
is a
Santa
funny
Rosa.
headline. Man urinates next to couple fishing, shoots woman after he's asked to leave. Isn't that something?
I think Yasmin. I think a down power line. Hey, Mike Jordan, how you doing? Mike Jordan in the house tonight. Send Marshall outside to rake the yard. Maybe you'll find a bird. You saw a bluebird today, didn't you?
Oh man, I love those California bluebirds. I thought it was a blue jay. It's so pretty. Right here in Rosie's property.
Hey, Brandon.
The California bluebird. I like these birds. They're so cool.
Yeah. No, I'm not the time to.
Are there any cardinals here?
No, they don't have cardinals on the. PG&E's been screwed for. Lawyers will be in their future forever in a major way. Yeah, they're not. He thought it was a blue jay, but they're bluebirds.
Bluebirds, yeah, they're real pretty.
They're very, very aggressive and they're very tough birds. Yeah, they're very tough birds. Yeah. So, thank you, Sean. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'll stay here, but I'm not gonna be crazy. Yeah, $5 a share. No Cardinals out here. No, we don't have any Cardinals. So, Storm Dancer. I don't know what story you're reading, but there's no evacuation orders for Santa Rosa.
Nope. Let me see if I could find. See, nothing. There's nothing.
Some more tacos sounds good. It's showing on Agenda Free TV, Lookner channel. I've never even heard of it. I think it sounds like something that somebody's trying to drum up drama or something like that. Unless I hear from the Sonoma County uh, Cal Fire, I
The
don't
most people
share.
that died were in tubs, right? 22
Hmm.
and 17.
Yeah.
Now, is that out in the hills?
Yeah, that's the one that swept through, and
Did any rich, famous people die?
I don't
They
know. But
weren't.
Charles Schulz's Peanuts creator's wife had to flee in the night. Well, I'm Storm Dancer. I'm not seeing anything on the major news things, and I don't know if you don't hear it on major news. I'm not sure. Vegas Fiction down towards San Francisco. Yeah, Paradise killed
It said
killed
it was caused by a private electrical system, not equipment of embattled Pacific Gas and Electric Company. That's what they're saying that caused it in 2017. Is that true, Rosen?
Well, there were multiple fires here. You had two
Hmm.
fires, so we head south. We head down south. Yeah, there's no issue. There's no notice issued for our area. Some of these channels come on and they try to.
And what was Campfire, May 15,
Yeah, that was
2019?
Paradise, California.
Was that really bad?
Yeah, that was even bigger than Santa Rosa. It destroyed the whole town.
They said that was the biggest fire in California
Yeah,
history.
that was the biggest wildfire.
Where is Paradise at?
Yep.
Where's that at?
No, Petaluma is not too far away down there to go down there.
Where is
So,
Paradise at?
where is Paradise? It's about 60 miles due east of here. Yeah,
Oh,
Paradise
okay.
is. Yeah, we have plenty of generators. We have multiple generators here on the property. Thank you, Cajun Kev. I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Praying the fire does not get to your. I think you meant to say does not get to your area. Down here. I know Cajun Kev's a nice guy. So let's see. Yeah, north of Sacramento. So thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. Yep, the Bearcat's going to do good. My power mate's going to do good in this situation. Absolutely, I'm ready. I'm ready for any contingency. So we still have power. We likely still will have power. Yeah, thank you very much, Jessica, Jennifer. I really appreciate that a lot. When do I start to worry about it? When I wake up tomorrow, because it's still a significant distance away. So thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. A lot of nice people. A lot of nice people on here. So I'll probably be doing a very late hangout possibly tonight to just sort of keep myself plugged in. Maybe have a beer or two and just kind of take the edge off. But I want to thank you guys for being on the hangout here, and really appreciate you being on the channel today. And I thank you for letting me come on and update you guys about the situation. And for those of you who wrote and texted and messaged and wanted information, I hope that helps you a little bit. Gabriel Garcia, we cannot go north. They'll be stopping. North is a very dangerous way to go. So, all right, everybody, thanks so much for being along, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.